Well, good evening, everybody. Welcome to Speaking of Zane. It is Sunday night once again. What is it? August the 18th, 2024. And this is the 292nd edition of Speaking of Zane since we started way back. Well, I didn't even note this a couple of weeks ago. We celebrated an anniversary of Speaking of Zane. We started August the 5th of 2018. That was even before COVID. So August the 5th, happy anniversary to us. That would be 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 6 years. Wow. Doesn't seem that long. But good to have you all in here tonight. Might be a quick one. I don't really have a lot to share, but I'll go through the normal routine here. And I'm glad that you all are here. Had a good weekend, a normal work week. I'm still working. Many of you are retired. I'm still working for a little bit longer, but I enjoy it, so that's a good thing. Good weekend. Got some yard work done, as you have to do this time of year. I actually put a new blade on my mower. Was in need of a blade, so I got that knocked out and did some other things around the house. Had some much needed rain here. We hadn't had rain in a couple of weeks, and finally got some good rain here, which will always help the lawn. Got a nice Sunday roast today. Many of you know that I'm a roast person, especially on Sundays. Um, and I put a big 2 pounder in early this morning and let that bad boy cook in the crock pot all day. Had some onion and garlic and turnips and sweet potatoes and lots of spices. And Lori even had some, but always enjoy that. And I like it because I always have leftovers and they make for a good lunch for the next couple of days this week. Also enjoyed some Braves baseball. Baseball is back on Comcast. And boy, what a dry spell that was. But I watched. Of course, they were out in Anaheim, so the Friday and Saturday games were late, 9:30 start time, East Coast time. So I didn't make it all the way through those games. But the Braves lost the Friday night game, won the Saturday night game, and then they won the day game today, which started at 4 o'clock for us. But it was good to catch up. We had a lot of new players. Um, but about what are we, 7 games back, I believe. Now they got tomorrow off, come back home, and take on the Phillies. Now we're 7 games behind the Phillies. At least we're in second place now. But we come home, we play the Phillies, and then we play the Nationals, and then I think it comes back around and we play the Phillies again, which is good. We need to catch up on them. That's the only way we're going to make some ground, unless every time we win, they lose. But we'll see how things go this week. Let's see who we've got in here tonight joining us for Speaking of Zane. Daryl is in there. Daryl took a drive down to Daryl's got 6 little great granddaughters, and they look just adorable. One of them had a birthday, I think, and Daryl drove down from the St. Louis area to Gibson, Tennessee, and made it down there, made it back safely, I think, and had a good time. Good to have you in there, Daryl. Lori is in there. Tyler and Zane, she says. Steve Shirley's in there. My dad's in there down in South Georgia. Dad's been busy this week. Well, he's busy every week. He doesn't slow down. But my sister, I don't know if my dad knows this, but my sister often will take these candid photos of my dad doing something, and usually it's working. He's retired twice, but he stays busy. He's about to turn 80 years old in October, but he's been putting new siding on the house and doing some work at the church and this, that, and the other. But good to have you in there. Jimbo Miller's in there. Carl Kihas is in there. Brenda Lusk is in there from Michigan. Ken's in there. Katie Aaron is in there. Katie, I saw you and Matt and the family had I guess you guys had a good date night and you guys had a good outing there. I always enjoy reading that. Matt's in there. Let's see. Daryl's getting ahead of the game here on the hat of the week there, as he often does. Him and Ken both kind of in a competition. All right. Gibson, Tennessee, just south. Yeah. Okay, yeah. I think we talked about that before. You and Daryl have chatted about that before, Jimbo. But well, speaking of Ken, happy 35th anniversary to Ken and Janet. How about that? What a saint Janet must be. 35 years. Good job. Good job there, Ken, for keeping her that long. I know Lori and I joke, Lori and I are 40 years now, and I always tell people, they ask me, what's your secret? Well, she's the secret because I'm terrible. But I tell people that we just both never quit on the same day. We both quit many times, just never on the same day. But congratulations there, Ken, you and Janet. Let's see. Did you guys see this picture? Let me remove myself here, and I want to hear some comments on this picture. Lori showed it to me yesterday. She got it in the mail, and I almost broke down and cried. You see the picture, but you can't hear me. Is that right? That says you can't hear me. I guess I was given commentary on that picture. Somebody tell me if when I went to the picture, could you not hear me anymore? I think that's probably true. When I go out, it takes me off there. Yeah, I was describing the picture, and I was thinking you guys were hearing me, um, but you get the idea. That's the picture we never got to take of all of the kids and all of their kids. And if you look in the upper left, your left looking, um, it's our youngest son Jackson, the Air Force vet, and his wife Caitlin, who share a birthday, and their daughter Carson, who's 4, going to be 5 at the end of the year. And then below them is our oldest daughter Hannah, who's an Army vet, and her little guy Everett, who's 7. And then in the upper right is our son Tyler, our oldest, that was born at Lakenheath, and then his son or his daughter Zaylee and his son Colby. And then below them, you've got in the bottom there, you've got Zane and Abby, Zane's wife, and their 2 children, Colton and Paisley. So it's our 5 children and the 6 grandchildren from them in that picture. And Abigail, our daughter-in-law, had that put together, and it's about that size. I don't know, what is it, Lori? 8 by no, it's 16 by 12 or something like that. But it's just absolutely fantastic. I was saying when Lori showed it to me yesterday, I was in awe. I couldn't believe it. I don't know why I never thought of. I guess when today with everything, you can make it all look like it happened, but it it's a fantastic picture. I'm going to go to it one more time and show you guys. Oh yeah, yeah. I left out our daughter Charlotte. Charlotte's the only one that has not reproduced yet, and we have high hopes for her when she finds the right guy. Um, but yeah, Charlotte's in that lower right hand side. Let me go back. Yeah, she's the one that works for United Airlines. She's already traveled. What did she tell me? She's already had almost 50 flights this year, and maybe has another 30 or 40 scheduled before the end of the year. Um, no, she will have kids. She will have kids. She has a high bar. She has a very high bar. But anyway, so that's a fantastic gift there. When Lori showed me, I don't get surprised by too much, but when Lori showed me, I was just blown away by it. But anyway, thank you, Abigail. Well, let's see what else is going on here. I don't know if I mentioned this last week or not because it kind of came to me at the kind of came to we hadn't been planning this, but I kind of came up with it at the last minute. I don't remember if I shared last week, but at work, you guys may remember me talking about last 9/11. We did a like a roundtable discussion. We have there were four people that I know at work that had a firsthand account of 9/11. And so we had a sort of a roundtable discussion webinar type thing, and each of those four that had a firsthand account of 9/11 got to share with the rest of the company their experience and observation. And one of them was in the towers. Um, he was in the opposite. He was in the opposite tower when the first one was hit and was able to get out. The other was in his apartment and had a view of the whole thing. Another was at the Pentagon, and then the fourth guy was a first responder to Ground Zero after. So anyway, they got to tell their stories and everything, and we got the idea to do that because the program that I lead at our company, it's an academy, and I got to thinking last year there are folks in the academy that I lead that were not born on 9/11, and I don't know what they know about 9/11. They certainly don't. They don't have a firsthand memory of it. They only know what they've been told about it. So anyway, we decided to, since they had colleagues at the company that had a firsthand account, that we would do that. Anyway, we're not going to do that this year, but we're doing something else locally there in St. Louis. We're we're actually going to have veteran flag details, and we're going to at the time of the first when the first plane hit the first tower. I think it was 7:50 something Central. We're going to lower our American flags to half staff, and we'll have a veteran flag detail do that at one, two, three, four, five of our locations in the St. Louis area. So a neat little just logistical challenge I've got there, but I've got people jumping on board to help, and so we'll lower them at 7:50 whatever it was, and then at 5 p.m. We'll raise them back up. So anyway, that'll be fun. That'll be a something that we've never done before at the company. So we've had a couple of years of a lot of firsts that we've done in the veteran related arena. So stay tuned for that. I'm sure we'll have plenty of photos and stuff. All right. Hat of the week, hat of the week, hat of the week. Hat of the week always has something to do with what the heck is going on here at the fabulous McDonald Estate and Insane Asylum. And because I've been able to watch some Braves baseball for a change, the Braves are the hat of the week. So good job, Daryl. You beat Ken to the punch there. He admits that you're a worthy adversary in the Hat of the Week category. So there you go. Matthew, I'm going to check that out. Brotherhood of War. Okay, I'll check that out. Is that? Can you tell me what streaming service is that? Is it a YouTube thing, Netflix thing, or Prime, or what? What do you think? Okay, let's see. Exactly, Ken. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and I think, I mean, for 20 years we just took it for granted. Everybody had a recollection, right? Um, Act Todd, good to see you, buddy. Good to have you in there. I actually had Todd's a Marine Corps vet and the Air Force retired Air National Guardsman. Um, Todd, it's funny you jump in there because I did a little radio work today. I didn't get on the air, but I had to do a little tree pruning, and I've got a G5RV dipole antenna out back in the trees, and had a little overgrowth there, and I got it all squared away this afternoon, and um, I'm going to do a little more, little bit shortwave listening on my helicopters maybe. But good to have you in there, Todd. Well, let's see, Lori. What are you? Lori says medical facility. Tell me what you mean there, babe. But yeah, you're right, Ken. I mean, I don't think we can take for granted that everybody, has the same. Um, well, there's a generation of adults now who don't have a firsthand recollection, right, of the day. So they only know secondhand whatever they've been told by their parents or family or school, which I doubt is very much. I don't know. I don't know. Okay, well, let's see. This week in military history, speaking of military, I do have a few items here. Um, August the 16th, 1940. I had no idea about this. I saw it pop up somewhere. Oh, yeah, Lori is, yeah. So you guys know Lori had some abdominal surgery and this, that, and the other to address some issues she was having. And, she was doing pretty good there for a bit. And she's down 75 pounds, which is healthy in itself. But um, she's still having some trouble there. The docs can't quite. You remember last Sunday we were at the ER. Or she was at the ER most of the day. But she is keep her in your thoughts because she's trying to get to the bottom of what the heck is going on. They do these scans. They say everything looks okay, yet she can't keep anything down. I mean, she's considering what she's going through every day. She's in pretty good spirits, but you know, her mobility is restricted. When I say mobility, she can't really go anywhere because she never knows when she's going to have to heave. But anyway, but yeah, I'm hoping that she they get that figured out. Okay, Matt, let us know on that. Um, okay, gotcha. Very good. Hope you're doing well, by the way. Matt, I know you had some surgery and stuff, and it looked like you guys were out hiking and stuff. So I'm assuming you're doing pretty good there, buddy. Okay, so August 16th, 1940, I'm told, was the first official Army parachute jump. Now, when they have to qualify it by saying official, there must have been some others. And this was the first one that they cataloged or captured or something. But August 16th, 1940, I guess, if you're a paratrooper, if you've gone to jump school, you may know this. This may be part of your history. But first Army official Army parachute jump, and the Air Force has been throwing soldiers out the back of airplanes since then. How about that? Okay, Matt met the guy who got the burn pits recognized. Okay, that's good. That's sort of the Agent Orange of your generation there, those burn pits. And yeah, you're right, Roy. Uh, I forgot to acknowledge Roy. Hey, Roy, how you doing, buddy? Good to have you in there. All right, so that was 1940. Go forward a year. Dad, I don't know if you knew this or not. I never knew this. I see you learn all kind of new stuff. And I'm in my 60s now, and I'm still learning stuff. How about that? On August 18th of 1941, Marine Corps Air Station Cherry Point, North Carolina, was founded. So happy 83rd birthday to Marine Corps Air Station Cherry Point. So if you were a Marine in the Air Wing, it's likely you spent some time at Cherry Point, like my dad did a couple of times. And Havelock, North Carolina, partway between New Bern and Morehead City. How about that? And then, hey, here's a cool one. So, August 15th, 1945. August 15th, 1945. Now, this date it's not disputed. It's just that different people recognize this occurrence on different dates. Victory in Japan Day, VJ Day. Some say it's August 14th, some say 15th. And the reason why 14th or 15th is because some found out on the 14th, but it was in the 15th and on the other side of the international date line. The other dates, let me look at my notes here. The other dates that, and I think it's true that the U.S. considers September 2nd or 3rd. Again, it's a it is another question about the date, but um, that was the date that the surrender took place on the battleship Missouri. So China and Taiwan also designate September 2nd as VJ Day. The Philippines recognize it on September 3rd because that's when General Yamashita, the military governor of Japan to the Philippines, surrendered. So you can see there's 4 different dates there that people um, consider victory in Japan, VJ Day. But the first one of those, well, August 14th or 15th, which was this last week. Well, how about that for a piece of history? I bet you didn't know that. Okay, well, let's see. That's all I've got for this week in military history. Let's move on to our challenges, veteran cemetery challenges. I always have my dad down there, my sister down there, and I know that Daryl visited Jefferson Barracks. So you guys know, if you guys follow Daryl, you know that he visits Jefferson Barracks National Cemetery there near St. Louis weekly, and his wife Wanda is buried there. Now, Daryl always puts a quarter. You guys know the coin tradition, the penny, the nickel, the dime, the quarter. Daryl always has a quarter on her headstone, and every time he goes, the quarter's missing. It's the darndest dilemma. Unless we get some trail cams out there, we're not going to figure out who keeps taking the quarters. And Daryl, how many years has it been now? I guess people can come and go, but somebody gets that quarter every week. Somebody gets $1 a month. Daryl, so then there's a positive spin, Ken. You know, maybe it's Wanda. Yeah, but I don't know. It's crazy. It is. Daryl, I know it. I know that it. I don't think it upsets you or makes you mad, but it is a. It's a. It's a. I don't even know how to say what it is. It's strange, is what it is. But Daryl, you've been very gracious about it for sure. But Anyway, I don't know the answer, but and then let's see. So if I add, yeah, I know it's there's my friend David, Army vet there, Ranger. Yeah, Dave, it's crazy. Like Daryl said, it's been happening pretty much weekly for 6 years now. So you could do the math and figure it out. Daryl would have, if somebody needed it that bad. Daryl posted something the other day. He'd give them money if they just quit taking quit taking the quarter. It's I don't even know. I don't even know what to say. It's crazy. But anywho, well, let's see. How about the Thank a Vet challenge? It's really more than a Thank a Vet. It started out as a Thank a Vet challenge, but it's kind of a veteran interaction challenge, right? Because it's not like we're hunting down veterans to say thank you, but we might come across a veteran, um, and we might have a conversation. We might stumble across a veteran in the Home Depot or the Wally World or Kroger or wherever, it. But we catalog those, but we've been capturing those, and it's a fun thing to do. And Carl's adding one there that I'm going to throw on the list here real quick. State troopers count because they're first responders, law enforcement. So I'm going to add one for Carl and tell you the other ones I know about. And then we're getting close to another threshold. So Daryl had a Marine Corps vet he came across on his way to Tennessee, and put that in this afternoon. I had a Marine at work, or a Marine at the store, and 4 Air Force interactions at work. And my dad had a Marine and then 2 Marine brothers by proxy. And then, of course, Carl's state trooper. And now we're hearing from Ken. Ken had a firefighter. Awesome. So we'll get that one added. That'll give us 11 for the week. And drum roll on the total, we're at 2,918. 2,918. So just over 82, I guess we need to get to 3,000. How about that? Lori will have to she'll have to adjust our sign. Let me see if I can. Let me see if I can take the. Oh, there you go. See the 2,000 thank yous. She'll have to adjust that to 3,000 thank yous. She did a good job on that. Let's get the. There we go. Boom, 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 boom. There we go. So good work, everybody, for that. Oh, Ken, you going on another consulting gig? Okay. Yeah, you're supposed to keep count there, Surface. Yeah, let us know whenever we can get you added to the list. Whenever you're interacting with a vet or a first responder, whether it's to say thank you or strike up a conversation, let us know. We've been keeping track for, I don't know, 5 years or so now. But well, Ken, I hear it's cooling down a little bit up north. My daughter lives in Chicago, and they've been having some beautiful weather up there. All right. Well, let's see. So that's the update there. Not much to report on organizations. I think I mentioned last week I did check in with Kelly. I was concerned about my Warriors place and the hurricane and everything. She said everything's okay. And I think somebody at work, Lori asked me this week too, but somebody at work asked me about when we're going to go back out there for a work day. And probably looking like November, probably first part of November is what it's looking like there, which would be cool, which would be good because it will have cooled down, I hope, by then in Florida. We'll see. All right. Unfortunately, we did have some casualties this week. First one wasn't a casualty. There were no fatalities, but there was a helicopter mishap. Two Navy Seahawk, which is like the Navy version of the Army Black Hawk. What is it? HH-60? I don't know my helicopters, but 10 sailors were actually injured. They're all okay. In Nevada, I think it was, help me out, Roy. Fallon? Is it Fallon? They've got a place out there. But yeah, everybody was okay, treated and released. And then, unfortunately, we had a sad occurrence. When did this happen, Lori? Was it Thursday or Friday? Or it might have been Saturday. Um, in our little county of Paulding County, you've got Atlanta's in Fulton County. You've got Cobb County, which is where Marietta is, Kennesaw. Then you come up north and you've got Paulding County, and then you've got um, Cherokee County, Bartow County. Anyway, we're in Paulding County, and I don't know when the last time something like this happened in our county with our sheriff's department, but last night, I think it was last night. Lord said it was yesterday. A Georgia sheriff's deputy called Brandon Cunningham. He was but 30 years old. Was killed responding to a domestic dispute, and which you know hits real close to home because my daughter Hannah is a social worker, and she works for the DFACS, child welfare and all that stuff, and she goes to these houses like this where they're having trouble, and she's often accompanied by police officers or sheriff deputies. And Lori tells me that she knew this particular deputy, which is terrible. Um, Once again, 30-year-old deputy Brandon Cunningham killed responding to the domestic dispute. Turns out that the gunman killed himself, and there was a female at the location that was injured, but not killed. But just crazy, absolutely crazy. But yeah, so I don't know. I haven't seen much more about it. They must have notified the family if we know the names, but I don't know if he was married or anything like that. But I'm sure we'll find out more as the days go by. But just terrible, terrible tragedy anytime that happens for sure. But yeah, I always worry about Hannah. Now Hannah can protect herself, and Hannah has a weapon, and but she cannot take her weapon with her when she's working in this capacity, right? But anyway, okay, folks. Well, safe travels to you, Ken. Here, let's see what Matt says. Okay, all right, that should be good, Matt. Yeah, let us know. Let us know what you find out. We'll look forward to hearing from you either in the Speaking of Zane Facebook group or next week when we get back together for Speaking of Zane. Okay, folks. Well, thank you all for joining us again here on Sunday night, like you often do, and I appreciate you guys. This has turned into really kind of therapy for me um, to talk about Zane, talk about military matters, veterans matters, organizations that we all are aware of and or support. Like I say in the onset of every Speaking of Zane, you know, the reason we call it Speaking of Zane is we keeping his memory alive by saying his name. They say that a person dies twice, once when they take their last breath, and then again when their name is no longer spoken. And as long as Lori and I are here to speak his name, we'll do it. And so thank you guys for coming alongside of us, and we certainly do appreciate you. And we'll look forward to seeing you again next Sunday night for another edition of Speaking of Zane. Safe travels, Ken, and anyone else traveling this week. Have a great week. Make it count. And we'll see y'all later.